everyone, and welcome back to the Fertilizer Matters podcast series here at Argus. I'm Upasruti. I'm a reporter on the nitrogen desk in the London Fertilizer team, and today we will be talking about ammonium thiosulfate in the US. With us today is Meghan Yoyotte, a nitrogen reporter across the pond who has just launched the new Amthio prices for the US market. Over to you, Meghan.
Hi, everyone. As Upasruti mentioned, I take care of ammonium thiosulfate here on the North American Fertilizer team. We just launched two assessments, one for the Corn Belt and one for the Southern Plains, two of its major demand centers.
Thanks, Meghan. So starting off, what is ammonium thiosulfate?
Yeah, so ammonium thiosulfate, also known as AmThio, is a liquid fertilizer with 12% ammonia and 26% sulfur. It is typically made as a byproduct of oil refining or by reacting ammonium sulfite with elemental sulfur.
And why is it so special?
Yeah, what makes AmThio stand out is its sulfur content. So it has 2% more sulfur than its granular competition ammonium sulfate, and it currently prices at a discount to AmSul on a per pound nutrient basis. So the fertilizer also contains 50% elemental sulfur and 50% sulfate, which allows for immediate sulfur release and then slow, consistent release of sulfur after it's applied.
I see. So how is Amthio used in fields?
When it comes to application, it's typically used in a blend with UAN for the spring season. Farmers who already have the machinery to apply liquid fertilizer will use AmThio and UAN.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about how the US Amthio market has developed in the last few years?
It has been pretty inelastic. So several companies in the US do make it as a byproduct. And so as a result, it's priced very competitively across the US. So in other words, companies like CHS or Coke will produce it at their plants, whether there is demand or not. But over the past 5 years, demand has been steadily increasing, allowing for market participants to open more plants in other locations, specifically to produce AmThio instead of just as a byproduct.
I see. Why do you think Amthio will make such a difference in the North American market?
The affordability of the product will be what shifts its demand. Its affordability in combination with the affordability of UAN and other liquid fertilizer. Its granular counterpart, ammonium sulfate, has been priced in the Corn Belt at an average of $495 per short ton this week. And AmThio, on the other hand, it's over $200 per short ton cheaper on average, at an average of $285 per short ton in the Corn Belt, priced around 6 March.
So then do you expect demand for Amthio to pick up because of the high AmSul prices?
Yes, sources have stated that there may be product switching in the coming spring months because of higher AmSul prices. AmThio values are much better compared with the sulfur content as well, which is needed for soybeans, rice, cotton, crops typically planted here in the South. AmThio is usually used with UAN as well, so there should be a significant amount for blending in sales as well.
So will there be any headwinds for Amthio sale in the US this spring?
Yes, there will be. So I mentioned that AmThio is usually blended with UAN. UAN has been priced around $290 to $295 per short ton at NOLA this week, increasing by nearly $30 per short ton in February alone. UAN is usually at a steep discount to urea, which accounts for much of its sales. But now UAN is priced 3 cents per pound higher than urea when you compare it on a per pound nitrogen basis. So there may be a lower chance for UAN and AmThio to be used in blends this year.
So Amthio may have a tougher time for blends this year, but the market is growing overall.
Yes, AmThio has been consistently in demand across US locations, and plants are anticipated to come online in the coming years. And there's one in the coming weeks as well, which would include TKI's Defiance, Ohio plant.
That's interesting. Thank you, Meghan.
Thank you so much for having me today, and I look forward to keeping everyone updated on Amthio.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in this week. If anyone's interested in talking about the Amthio market, or if you have any questions, please feel free to get in touch with Meghan. Hope everyone has a lovely week, and we'll be back next week with another fertilizer podcast.